Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. Today's presentation is titled, A Complete Guide to Fundamental Linux Commands Every System Administrator Needs to Master. We're going to explore essential Linux commands that are crucial for anyone managing Linux systems, especially if you're just starting out. Over the next few slides, I'll walk you through the most important commands, how to use them effectively, and some tips to become more confident with Linux. So, let's get started and dive into the world of Linux commands. Today, we're going to look at 8 essential commands that will really help you navigate and manage your Linux environment more efficiently. These commands are the backbone of system administration, whether you're managing servers, automating routine tasks, or troubleshooting issues. The command line interface gives you precise control and power that graphical interfaces simply can't match. Mastering the terminal is key to becoming comfortable and effective with Linux. When you welcome the command line, you're opening up a world of possibilities. It's a powerful tool for controlling your system, and understanding these core commands will set a strong foundation for everything else you do in Linux. The pwd command is really your navigation anchor. It's essential to always know exactly where you are before making any changes to files or directories. For example, when I type pwd, it will show me the full path of my current directory, like user. This helps me keep track of my location within the file system hierarchy. The basic syntax is simple. Just type pwd, and it displays your current position in the file system. Think of it as a way to confirm your location before you proceed with any actions. When I see the output, I know exactly where I am, which is especially useful when working with multiple directories. The key point here is that pwd, which stands for Present Working Directory, gives you a clear snapshot of your current position. So, always use it as a first step to stay oriented and avoid any confusion as you navigate through your files and directories. Alright, let's take a closer look at some of the common options for the ls command. First up, lslh. This one is really useful because it displays file sizes in a human-readable format, meaning you'll see KB, MB, or GB instead of just bytes. It makes it much easier to understand the size of files at a glance. Next, we have LSA. This option includes hidden files in the listing, which are files that start with a dot. These are often configuration files or system files that aren't normally shown. Then, there's LSL, which provides a detailed view of each file or directory. It shows permissions, owner, size, and the last modification date, really helpful for getting a quick overview of file details. Finally, simply using ls without any options lists all files and directories in your current location. This basic listing is great for a quick look at what's present. So, in summary, these options give you flexible ways to view your files, whether you want a simple list, detailed information, or include hidden files. They're essential tools for managing your files efficiently. Alright, let's explore the basics of navigating through your file system using the seed command. When you type seed, or just seed with a tilde, you're jumping directly to your home directory. It's like a shortcut to get back to where you started. If you want to move up one level in the directory hierarchy, you use seed. That takes you to the parent directory of your current location, making it easy to backtrack or explore higher levels. To go straight to your home directory, you can also type seed home, which navigates directly to that specific folder. It's useful when you know exactly where you want to go within your system. Remember, the seed command is your primary tool for navigating through the file system. It allows you to change your current working directory so you can move around efficiently. In essence, whether you're jumping to your home, moving up a level, or heading to a specific directory, mastering the seed command makes exploring and managing your files much more straightforward. The flag is especially powerful because it allows you to create parent directories as needed, and it won't give you an error if the directories already exist. This means you can set up complex directory structures in one go without worrying about whether parts of them are already there. For example, if you want to create a nested directory like test demo project, using mkdir will create all 3 levels at once, saving you time and effort. It's a simple yet very useful feature when working with nested folders. Now, if you only wanted to create a single directory, say just project, you'd simply run mkdir project, which creates that one folder. Overall, the mkdir command is fundamental for creating new directories or folders in your file system. And remember, the flag is your friend when dealing with nested directories, making the process much smoother and more efficient. All right, let's talk about deleting directories using the rmdir command. First, an important point to remember is that the directory you want to remove must be empty, or else the command will fail. This is a safeguard to prevent accidental deletion of important files. When you run the command rmdir test, it will delete the test directory only if it contains no files or subdirectories. If there's anything inside, the command won't work and will give you an error. So it's a simple way to clean up empty folders. Just keep in mind, rmdir is designed specifically for removing directories that are already empty. This makes it a safe and straightforward tool for managing your directory structure. And as part of our overall theme, understanding this command helps us maintain a tidy and organized file system. All right, so here we see that with just one command, we can create multiple files at once. For example, if I type touch, file 2, txt file 3, txt, it will generate all 3 files simultaneously. This is really handy when you're setting up a project and need several files quickly. Now, an important point to remember is that if any of these files already exist, the touch command won't overwrite their content. Instead, it simply updates their modification timestamp. This means it's a safe way to refresh the last modified date without risking data loss. Next, if I want to create a brand new, empty file, I just use the same command but specify the file name, like touch file, txt. This creates that file in the current directory, ready for me to start working on. So overall, the touch command is a simple yet powerful tool for creating files efficiently and managing timestamps, which helps keep track of file changes, especially useful in larger projects where managing many files is common. Now let's look at how the R flag works with the cp command. When you want to copy an entire directory, you need to include the R flag. For example, if I want to copy folder 1 to folder 2, I would type cp, folder 1, folder 2. This tells the system to copy the directory and all of its contents recursively. Moving on, let's see how copying directories differs from copying individual files. If I want to make a backup of a file named file, txt, I can simply type cp file, txt backup, txt. This creates a duplicate of the file with a new name, in this case, backup, txt. Remember, the cp command is versatile. It can handle both files and directories. For directories, always include the R flag to ensure everything inside is copied properly. This command is fundamental when managing files and backups, making it a core tool in our workflow. So, in summary, cp is your go-to command for duplication, whether it's files or entire folders, and using R is key for copying directories recursively. Now, let's talk about the mv command, which really is a versatile and powerful tool for file management. Essentially, it combines 2 key functions, moving and renaming, into a single command, making your workflow more efficient. Whether you're reorganizing your files into different folders or simply changing the name of a file while keeping its content intact, mv is your go-to solution. For example, if you want to move a file to a different directory, you just specify the file and the target directory, like this, mv file, txt user. It's straightforward and saves you from having to use multiple commands. On the other hand, if you just want to rename a file, you can do so without changing its location, like this, mv old name, txt new name, txt. This keeps the file content the same but updates its name seamlessly. In essence, the mv command streamlines your file management tasks, whether moving, renaming, or both, making it an essential part of your command toolkit. Remember, it's all about efficiency and keeping your file system organized with just one simple command.